Welcome to the third round. We are up against Stefano Cheese, and we've got a hand that has all the potential to kill on the second turn, except for it lacks the cards to do, like the payoff card. But it's looking quite good. Actually, it's almost impossible to kill in the second turn because we can only get our Nether Sentinel engine online if we hit a second land, and if we do hit a second land, then there's no payoff. I guess being on the draw, this could potentially be like a second turn kill. But let's see. Okay, so this guy was last team playing Miracles, and even though he cracks swines, no Miracles, so lands. Yeah. Miracles and lands, that just kind of somewhat goes together. So let's see. I think I still wanna. Nah, it's okay. I wanted to bet it all on drawing another land and have the full Nether Sentinel power unleashed. That wouldn't even like add too much to what we're doing here. And I'd rather, in case we don't draw the land, I'd rather have the Deathwatch Shaman up. Oh, look at this. At least those cards don't interact too much with what we're doing. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? Go! Oh, Punishing Fire. Okay. I think it's still Deathwatch Shaman. Or is it? Yeah, I think it must still be Deathwatch Shaman. I'm assuming I'm not drawing a land here because it's a more likely scenario. In which case I can still play like Nether Sentinel Wirebot or something. Oh. So we meet again. The Punishing Fire. Now I'm happy I got Progenitors in my sideboard, because Progenitors like is a card that's quite okay against lands. Like if you go for a turn to natural order, it's sometimes somewhat hard to beat for them. Oh, this is not good for us. Next turn he's gonna buy it back once, and then probably also if we fetch. Oh, he doesn't know that we're playing a third forest in this one. Yeah, why would he? But okay, I'm gonna play 2 Nether Sentinels. And then I'm just gonna hope that he just will only be able to kill a single one of them. And if he knows that Elves usually only plays 2 forests, he might even Ghost Quarter us. But that wouldn't even do too much because he's not doing anything with the Ghost Quarter anyway. So basically what I'm looking to do here, like having another Nether Sentinel when I untap, then playing 2 Heritage Druids, and then there's like a chance that we get a payoff. Like with Wirebot Symbiote, with Elfish Visionary or Senet or maybe Natural Order or something. Because he's also not really doing too much. Or Glimpse. Yeah, Glimpse would be... Oh, that's not Glimpse. That's not noise, Glimpse. Now we're just gonna play our entire hand and slowly wait for us to draw a payoff card before he manages to kill all of our guys or kill us like with our 2020. The maze is surprisingly annoying, by the way. Without the maze, I think there's even a chance that we just randomly beat down him. Yeah, maybe this is more like a pipe dream, but stopping the Nether Sentinel attacks all the times, yeah, it can be annoying. But still, it's one of the weaker cards in the matchup right now. So it sometimes like screws up your natural order math by untapping the Behemoth, which takes away quite a big chunk of your damage. Oh, he's probably copying, yeah, the grove. The groove. The groove of the Burn Willows. Yo, you got the groove. You got the groove of the Burn Willows. Are you not entertained? Because I'm a bit bored right now, because this is like a waiting game. We just sit here. Oh, so I could bounce one of my creatures in case I draw Glimpse. Is he gonna... No, he doesn't have enough red to kill another one of those. So if I attack, he sends this one back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get him down to 15. Next turn, I lose 1 creature, 2 creatures. So this one goes back. Then I get him to 13. Yeah, there's no point in even trying to beat down. And if we draw Natural Order, it's probably still all the same. I wonder if he considers Coast Quartering us. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 7. Yeah, when I drew it, I knew it was 7. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 7. Wouldn't have mattered anyway had I not bounced the heritage, but this is surprisingly close. Or at least it was, but because next turn it's gonna be really hard to get anything going. Let's just make sure I'm really not screwing this one. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 7. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna attack. I guess on his turn he's gonna kill. I'm not even sure if he kills the heritage druids because he knows we got another one. He might kill the Llanowar Elves and the Nettle Sentinel. And here I'm gonna play this one just in case we draw like a weird sequence of cards. It includes Heritage, Visionary, and Cradle. Yep, takes Nettle Sentinel and probably Llanowar Elves. Or are you? On, okay, Heritage. Okay. Yeah, Cradle certainly does. Actually, Cradle gets us to Krata Hoofing for no. This doesn't do anything, unfortunately. You can get it to resolve, but what then? Post sideboard, like, I guess you see the power of Progenitors now. If this was post board, this would be probably the win. Unless he gets the 2020. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, even the 2020 wouldn't be the Progenitors here because we were at 24. Yeah, but forget what I said because we don't have that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he sends it back. Would be an attack for 8, wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, there's. I guess this way we get a 5/5 that's really hard for him to beat, and if we somehow get another 5/5 into play by sheer luck, nah. Or should we get Visionary and try to draw Violet Symbiote? But nah. I think I'm just gonna get this into play and try to piece together a win by getting Cradle. It's not working, but there's always a chance your opponent screws up, but not here. Streaming or recording games against lands aren't always the most exciting because Elves against lands tends to be like pretty lopsided. In neither deck's favor, like overall lands is favored slightly. But like the games you win with Elves, you win really hard, and the games you lose with Elves, you lose really hard. There's very few games that are actually like come down to being like a back and forth. Okay, now this is it. It's the wrong art, but it's still good enough to take the first game, the Tabernacle he played. So, post-board. I definitely want Progenitors. I'm going to take this guy out. I might even want 3 Surgicals. I've never been a fan of 3 Surgicals in this matchup, but I have to admit I probably want those. I'm taking out these because the long game really isn't in land's favor. Maybe it's worth to try and pretend that it wasn't because it's not in their favor by so much, but by quite a lot, yeah. So I think this is where I want to be. I'm keeping the Reclamation Sage because sometimes they have like chalices, even though it's super unlikely. Like they have 1 chalice, but sometimes also like randomly taking out a Mox or especially Exploration can be important. But this is already leaning itself to a bit towards the late game where I don't really want to be. And these extractions, maybe they're just by time. Like sometimes you take out Wasteland. I've actually won a game, and that's on my YouTube, where I took out the Dark Depth very early on, and then for like the next 20 rounds, they had complete control over me. They had Tabernacle, they had Ghost Quarter Recursion. I had no lands left in my deck. I was just like sitting there telling you stories about my past, whatever. And the guy just keeps punching, firing us until we eventually die, but we do draw Surgicals and he gets careless, and we actually manage to hit his punching fire, and as it turns out, he has no single win condition left in the deck and we win. After sitting there without any permanents for literally 20 minutes and not doing anything, we managed to win the game, and that's somewhere on my YouTube, if you can find it. I might try to find it and post it somewhere, maybe on my Twitter, at it's Julian23. But yeah, let's see. By the way, is he chatting? He was chatting to us, but we couldn't really respond. Oh, now we need to get back to this. Anything else that's important? Like I like the early drops they make for Glimpse Chains and they make for Natural Orders. So, turn to Natural Order. This is a hand we can't really mulligan, but it's painfully slow. And I kind of want to mulligan it, and Glimpse is horrible in this hand. Because Glimpse won't be active until like turn 5-ish. It feels so wrong to just play a land and pass. And I even want this to be Dried Arbor, but can't really get Dried Arbor in the face of him being a deck that destroys Dried Arbor in like 4 different ways. And this is also a bit of a... Oh, wow, okay, so does he have Chalice? If he plays like this, it almost makes me feel like he has Chalice, like... Probably not, like, why would he even show the Ghost Squad if he... Nah. It's just whenever they do something that's weird, but they kept 7, it's very often an indication that they have... Thank you. Thank you. It's often an indication that they have some important card for the matchup that can be really annoying to you. Couldn't I surgical a card from my own hand? Like, this hand was super dependent on the Natural Order getting Progenitus, and when they didn't get an explosive start, I felt pretty good about that. But now look at this. At least we get to take out Punching Fire, I guess. Or do we? Mox... No, we could hit Dark Depth if we wanted. Yeah, let's get in for 1. Snapcaster Mage. No, okay. I could play Pendelhaven, which would screw up his math a bit. It's just cute, but I really want to do it. We could also get Dried Arbor at end of turn, and then play Pendelhaven, then Natural Order, but I don't see that working out anyway. So he might just end of turn Ghost Quarter or Pendelhaven, and then on his turn cast Punching Fire. If he even has Punching Fire, like we don't even know. Oh, that would have been sweet to take it. Oh yeah, that's another thing about lands. When they have these kind of hands that are really slow, sometimes they have like the entire combo already assembled in hand. Look at me knowing everything after it happened. Yeah, and end of turn he goes for Crop Rotation. Oh, it makes all so much sense now. It makes so much sense now, I'm so stupid. Oh, I wanted to say, how could I not see this, but it's also not like I could have really done anything about it. Elder Scale Worm would be so sweet. Elder Scale Worm takes 11 mana to kill with Punching Fire. It would be so sweet. But it's not my deck. It wasn't my deck for the previous league. And then I was like, nah, let's go to Old Progenitus. Okay, so since we can't beat Crop Rotation, what can... Oh, no. Maybe I should have surgical the Dark Depth, but it was... Nah, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right in a position like this. It kind of feels like... It kind of doesn't feel too wrong, since I already told you about how, like, when they keep these weird hands, they sometimes have something big. And that certainly qualifies as something big that we also can't beat. Oh, and by the way, I should move to this. Gonna get this, because it's the best we can do in case they do not have the combo. I guess if I was intending to attack there, I shouldn't have played the Ooze first. but that only really matters if he does have the 20-20, and if he does have the 20-20, nothing matters anyway. Yeah, there's the green mana. Makes us go to 10. Yeah, oh yeah, by the way. Oh, wow, yeah. I definitely shouldn't have played the Scavenging Ooze first. I mean, doesn't make a difference now, but it certainly would have made a difference against certain opponents. Probably not against him, but had he blocked the 20-20. And, oh no, he used this for green mana. Okay, so he played it correctly anyway. Okay. So had he used this for green mana, and then we had gone to 20, and he had blocked the Visionary, then we could have eaten the Visionary and gone to 21, and maybe the Glimpse would have gotten us there. GG's. Well, didn't work out this time, but there's still 2 more rounds to go, so see you in a minute or 2.